Hey guys, I've got a non-WCA puzzle unboxing from Cube Shop and I am so eager to check this out, so let's begin. So now that I've had my share of WCA puzzles, I really want to show some non-WCA puzzles because these are the ones that are, well, more like what I would enjoy reviewing. You know, these are things I really like, seeing new shapes, new mechanisms and stuff like that. It's what interests me the most. So I'm gonna show you a few more of these in the upcoming months. I really like those puzzles. Now I'm gonna start with the one that you can obviously see already. It's called the Hex Shaper, and now it's a sort of hybrid between a twisty puzzle and a regular puzzle. So this is a 2D twisty puzzle. So let's see. Oh, nice! I didn't know, but like there are stickers and colors on both sides, so that is pretty cool. I like that. Whoa. Okay. Now, first impressions. The aesthetics of this puzzle are really nice, and something that I just noticed is that since you're following a sort of curved surface, when you turn this, let me see if I can show you this from closer. You see here it's going inwards, sorry, it's going inwards, and here it's going outwards. That's because the surface isn't flat. So that's the first thing I notice about this puzzle. Second thing I notice is that considering I'm holding it like this, this might be very, very easy to turn, like to do fast algorithms on, because, well, you've got that freedom of, you know, turning the faces with both your hands holding the faces at the same time, and that's really nice. I've heard this puzzle was more complex than it looks, so that's something that I look forward to seeing. I will be making a solving video. For now, this is just the unboxing of those puzzles. Yeah, I really like that one, and I think it's going to be a fun solve. So let's move on to the next one. Alright, so this is just a shape mod. I don't usually get many shape mods, but I have a sort of collection of geared puzzles, and this one looks fun, so I want to try it out. So unfortunately, I got it too late. Well, yeah, because I got an email from Oscar just after I ordered this. And it turns out this is a massive knockoff. Like, he doesn't get any royalties from that, so I'm a bit disappointed. I've talked to Cube Shop about it, so hopefully they're gonna work something out with Oscar. In the meantime, this is just a Master Morphix 3x3. Now, I think the surfaces, my first opinions are that the surfaces are too curved. Yeah, they're just way too curved, so the stickers have trouble holding on to those faces. As you can see, they're sort of peeling and bubbling, so that's not a good thing. Okay, turning is reasonably well. Sorry, it's reasonably good. I am turning it reasonably well. My bad. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Aesthetically, it's quite pleasing. I like the appearance of that puzzle. So that's a good thing. Nevertheless, I think it's not amazing. It's the quality is kind of strange. It feels, I don't know, it feels weird in your hands. Probably those stickers sticking out that kind of scratch you while you turn it, or maybe the fact that there's a lot of resistance to the turns, and they tend to click in the wrong position. So right now it's like stable and it's sort of misaligned. So that's not something for people with OCD. So yeah, it's okay, but it's not amazing. Let's move on to the next one. Now this is a really, really cool puzzle. It's one of the I think it's the mass-produced puzzles with the most axes of rotation, which is definitely something I can relate to because I really like making puzzles like that. For example, my ETRT. And wow, it spins well. Well, then again, it's just a one-layered puzzle, but still there are a lot of axes of rotation. So let me try to explain what this is. So it's an edge turning, well, it's not edge turning actually, since there are 2 rotations per edge. So what this is essentially a face turning, what was it? Deltoidal icosahedron, I think, or something. No, deltoidal hexacantahedron, which means there are 60 deltoid faces, so 5 per apex and 12 apexes, so that's 60 faces here, and there's another 12 turning axes here on the equivalent of the faces of a dodecahedron. So this is essentially a face-turning truncated, sorry, do that one again, a face-turning truncated deltoidal hexacantahedron. This is like one of the worst geometries you could possibly think of, and now I know why it's just called the Clover icosahedron. It's just simpler. And the icosahedron is one of the most beautiful shapes out there, so I think it's really nice that they chose to do it like that. Now, you're probably wondering how this scrambles, since you can just turn this and then move this and put it back to its position. Well, it's actually got multiple types of jumbling. So there's one here, for example. Now, something I'm wondering, so normally there's another type of jumbling right there. Yep, so this one. So that's the regular jumbling you'd find on a Clover icosahedron, a proper Clover icosahedron, but this one has extra turning tips that you wouldn't find on a Clover icosahedron, and I think the only way to actually turn, split these parts here from the rest is to turn these tips. So that has a plus and a minus, so there's a good aspect to that and a negative one. I think they should have unbandaged those parts. That way when you turn it like this, for example, let's say like that, if this was unbandaged, you could still turn it like this, but here you can't. So I think it would have been nice that they, if they unbandaged that. But it's still a really cool puzzle, and I think this is going to take longer to scramble than to solve. So I'll try at some point. I don't know if I'll make a video about it, but it looks really interesting, and I really like the fact that it has so many turning axes. This is a really, must-have collector's item. Now let's move on to the last one, and this is, well, actually it is a WCA puzzle, but I don't have that one, and I've almost never had one of those. I've only had one in the past, and well, I didn't really play with it that much, so I don't even know if I remember how to solve it properly. I mean, I do remember a few algorithms that are quite simple, but, it's, again, very simple algorithms. I am just going to do a really quick solve. Now, this is actually the magnetized... This is actually the Cyclone Boys Magnetics cube, so it's a really high quality cube. It turns extremely well. Corner cutting is perfect. Let's say here you can get almost like half a turn. Hell, you can, get half a turn, but it's pretty useless. Anyways, and you can get really good reverse corner cutting as well. Okay, I may have exaggerated that one a bit too much, but that was my fault. I tried to turn it with an extra, with too much corner cutting. So let me see if I can just put that back in. Alright, it still has really good reverse corner cutting. Let me see, right there. So it's quite reasonable. Alright, so let's just try to get a really quick solve on that one. Honestly, I'm not that great at solving this cube, but you never know. I think there was something about... Alright, so I'm still having those corners to orient. You know what, I do know an algorithm, although it's quite long. Alright, so here it is. And we've got 3 centers left to orient. As I showed you, I only know an algorithm that switches these two and these two. Now, if I switch these two, well, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Just turn the back so that I switch these two and, well, no, actually, that's not a good idea. Let's see, the ideal situation would be for me to have a 4 cycle, but I have a 3 cycle right there. So let's try to solve it the logical way. In other words, I'm gonna try to switch these two, leave that one out, and then switch 2 different ones. So if I do this, I can switch these 2 and these 2. That's going to solve only 1 and scramble 2, which means my 3 cycle is going to become a 4 cycle. So that's just solving it the logical way. I don't really have any fast algorithms for this, but again, now I do have the situation I was looking for, and all I need to do is to solve it. So yeah, I didn't solve it the fast way, but you know, I solved it the logical way, the only way I knew how. So it's a really high quality Scube. I gotta say, it's nice. I'm gonna try to learn some Scube algorithms because I think it's worth it. That would be a really fun competition to participate in. And yeah, it's definitely higher quality than I expected when I ordered it. The magnets really play out well. They're extremely attractive, more than on the 3x3. Like here you can feel it stop and even go backwards again once you're done with the turn. So yeah, it's awesome. So I'm glad I got those puzzles. Just to summarize, I had that Hex Shaper from Very Puzzle, the Clover icosahedron from Very Puzzle as well, the Cyclone Boys Magnetic Cube, and that Gear Master Morphix from Landland, which is technically a KO company. So yeah, and it's the best one in my opinion would be this one because I think it's really creative. It's especially, you know, the fact that there's like the mixed up puzzle here, well, or solved puzzle, but the puzzle that you can see on both sides. I think that's very original. Usually on sliding puzzles like those, you would see just like one face and the parts are just placed on it. I think it's extremely original, and I really like its appearance. So I look forward to solving that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and these puzzles. If you did, feel free to subscribe, and I will be seeing you in the next video.